Automatrics M-Track theft recovery operation. It's Friday the 13th of March, unlucky for some. We've had a call this morning from a construction company saying they'd had a transit tipper truck stolen at 6:30. The unit was in a 1 hour sleep cycle, so we sent a signal to remotely alarm this unit. That connected at 7 o'clock and it reported a cell site in southeast London. Now it was stolen from North London, East Ham area in the early hours, and when the unit connected there was no GPS signal coming through. So and then we also noticed it was still moving, so we were tracking the cell site locations down from London, and they have now stopped close to Norwood area. So we've got the postcode, we've put the postcode in, it's probably about 40 miles from our current location, and we're going to have to do a radio find at that location. There are some industrial estates at that location. It could be that the van's gone straight inside the industrial estate and is being dismantled. The last transit tipper that we recovered just before Christmas, that was recovered within 2 or 3 hours, and the bandits were already stripping the thing down with bandits on site. So it could be a similar situation here. We're going to need the police in attendance if that's the case, so we may have to wait for those. It's difficult to get the Met Police to site within a reasonable time period, so sometimes that can be quite a lengthy process. Customer has sent one of their drivers to that location to search for the vehicle because they're obviously a lot closer. They've been driving around a few streets and a few industrial estates, haven't seen the van, and they're probably going to rendezvous with us when we arrive on site in about 50 minutes time. We have to put the roof antenna on the car to try and pick up the RF signal at that location. So yeah, we just got to check that this tracker doesn't get removed. If they're dismantling this vehicle, we need to get there and before they dismantle it too far. Normally stolen vehicles are parked up somewhere, but with transit tippers, they just take them straight in and start stripping them down. So waiting for the customer to come through with the crime number. We can then obviously call the police at location. Let's hope Friday the 13th is going to be lucky for us today, unlucky for the bandits. So yeah, this transit van, it's a tipper transit van. It used to be stolen quite a lot a couple of years ago, and then moved a bit over towards the Mercedes Sprinters, and we've got a construction company that's got quite a few of these tipper vans. They haven't had one stolen for 2 years or 2 or 3 years, they've reinforced all the security on these transits. They've got like deadlocks on them and extra security features because they just got stolen all the time, especially the tipper variants. And this van that we're looking for today is a tipper, a transit tipper. Yeah, it's quite unusual to have a vehicle stolen in the early hours of the morning and then for that vehicle to be moving. And for a bandit to be moving from North London to South London, in daylight, he's got to be confident. So we're pretty convinced he's using a jammer of some description so that no one can track him live. He can't be tracked live. Must be the case. We can't get a GPS signal through, but this is where having the extra security layer of the RF function, we can go to that location. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we're just under a mile from the search cell location postcode. I've got the RF turned on. Customer's already at that location waiting, so we might see him. No signal picked up yet. So watch the speeds now, 20 mile an hour zone. Still no RF picked up. Right, we're just coming up to the cell site. So the reason we're having problems just homing in is we started to home in and the signal's disappeared now. I've just been informed from the office the bandits are on the run, so they're actually on the move. So we've got a chase in progress. Here we go, Friday 13th. Let's see what happens. We're up for it. Right, that tracker's in the wrong van. I've been following the workers around. Let me just give you the registration of the... Right, that tracker's in the wrong bloody van. Okay, so yeah, we spent all morning chasing the wrong van. The customer had 2 transit vans done on the same day, fitted with the trackers, and he was given the tracking numbers and the registrations, and they were mixed up. So we've been chasing the wrong van, but we now know what the right van is, and we're sending a message to put that into alarm. That's reporting a sales site over towards Basildon. So we're going to head out over towards Basildon. It's due to wake up in about 20 minutes. Hopefully we can get it to connect and we start the whole process again. This time with the right van, all being well. Just seems so funny. The chap that came to help me from the company, he's in control of all the vans, and he basically was explaining what to do. As he was following me around, he was ordering the drivers to go to different places, so he was sort of doing his job and following me around, trying to cover both sort of workloads today. And he was actually catching up with the van behind me, and the van we just found, he was telling it to go to different jobs. So he was telling the van to go to different jobs, and I was tracking it around. It's just the wrong, well, I won't say if it's a wrong van. It was a wrong van. You gotta laugh. So Friday the 13th, we're unlucky so far. Maybe we can be lucky in part 2. Here we go. Yeah, the second tracker's come into alarm. So we're just going over Tower Bridge towards Basildon, and that's off on the southeast. So we've got to just hang up right up here. 34 miles to go towards Basildon, and over towards the traveller site where the transit is reporting.
Right, there's a garden centre next door, so I'll give you that address because it just looks like a track up to them anyway, so you'll have to be careful.
Will the police come in or will the police stay away? We've need to get the police into this site. We haven't received a tamper alarm, but the power is not on the unit, so if the police come in, there's literally loads of vans in there, and they'll just say, oh, someone left it there, mate, or whatever. 1.6 miles away from this traveller site. We're not going to pull right into the traveller site. What we're going to do is just drive past the location, check we've got the signal. I can hear a signal coming through. There isn't any right here. What we'll do is we'll drive right past, then turn around and come back. There's a garage here as well, that's quite good. So just pulled in on the A127, just pulled into this Shell garage. I think what we're going to do is walk along, just check the GPS and see if it's behind because the RF's really strong here, so it's literally a couple of 100 metres from where I am. Yeah, that's the road, yeah, and then there's another next right in it. That's it there, yeah, that one right there. Fenced, yeah.
Don't think it's that one?
No. Well, it could be. There was one in the corner there. There was a van in the corner. It's a single cab, that one though. I think theirs is a double, I think. That says 67.
I If you could just stay there, mate. What's the index?
EK 68. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, EK 68.
AYM, yeah.
Might have changed the plate though, yeah. So I'm in the police car, but the police are looking at the wrong transit there. That's a single cab, but maybe that one's been nicked as well. They're checking the VIN. They might have found another stolen one just by checking the VIN coming in this yard. So they seem very interested in it down there. Yeah, so maybe that one's stolen, but that's not our one.
Is that it there?
Could be, yeah.
No, not down there. In here.
No.
Is that a double cab? That's not it, is it? No, I don't think that is. That's old. That's an older one.
That one.
So it's been chopped up. It's in there. Doors are in here.
It was in an insecure container. It's completely been stripped. What's left is the actual cab of the van.
What's of value is normally the tipper bit. That's what they normally chop off. And this is probably just scrap. So the tipper bits are worth, you know, a lot of money. Yeah, the hydraulic motor and the tipper bit. That's what they're after.
I mean, we could sort out recovery, but the problem you've got is I don't know how they're going to get that out.
Well, let's just see what he says. I mean, I don't think they were expecting us to find it, to be honest. It's a bit difficult, wasn't it? You know, if you never had the radio, you'd never found it, would you, with just a GPS?
Yeah.
There's stuff.
I can tell from there, look.
You recognise that?
There, the pit key.
The pit key.
I don't know if you want to climb up at the front.
Right, if you come round here, you climb up.
If you climb up on the side, you can see some stuff inside.
Come round this side. There's a.
Not a police helicopter this time. They've literally pulled out the bits. Yeah, just confirm 100%. Is that your stuff inside? Yeah. Yeah? Confirmation? Yeah. Okay. Can you see the chassis number in there? In front of the dash, where the windscreen was.
Sandwiches in there, are they?
They've got sandwiches in there.
Not ours.
Not yours,
No.
but another one that suffered the same fate, no doubt.
Yeah. Why's the work with us? Lost it on the other night too.
Yeah. There's loads of books and things here. Sotec, if you've had your van stolen, it's been cut up, mate. There's all sorts of books. I mean, it's forensics. Bloody Capita. I mean, this file's probably worth 600 quid, whoever lost it. Someone's boots. If you can see any stuff, that's a nice ruler.
Lockbox.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to, but it's inside the wheel arch by the suspension. There's so much paperwork and stuff over there. You're going to have to take it away, I think. Capita, it says.
Ganska. Cold Harbour Lane roundabout.
That's the catalytic converters. They're worth a few quid. And there's some engines at the back there. They've pulled out. This is definitely a graveyard for transit vans. Shame. But they work pretty fast. Fuel tanks. Don't know what's inside this curtain cider. So there's the cats. There's a couple of engines up there.
Zero X-ray, 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 Tango, Tango, Foxtrot X-ray Delta.
That's probably the front.
9-4.
That's the front of it.
X-ray 1.
Ford Transit. It's the front panel. Axles, front engine, gearbox. Get the engine numbers on there. That's the back of it, I reckon. So the bonnet's worth saving. They've got the bonnets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 4 there.
Yeah, 4 white. How many white ones are there? 6. 8. 8 white ones. 3 silver ones. What does that say on those silver ones? 1, 2. What's it say on the silver ones?
There's 9 down
Dulux.
there, mate. Look, 1, 2.
9? Oh, you're better at counting than I am.
Different checks that one week had when it's fully recovered, and then I'll get him to make contact with you.
Whose details and whose van?
So this is all stuff that's worth some money, obviously. More front fenders, front lower headlights. The witness, we're not stealing this, we're taking it back, yeah? This was all our stuff in there.
Yeah.
Look, all our books, our workbooks.
The mileage book.
Mileage book.
EK 68 AYM.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Super. Transit graveyard site, whatever you want to call it. At least 10 or 12 transits have come to their end at that location, as you could see from all the rubbish that was lying around. We've left the police there. They are going to forensically recover that cab, just to prove it's the cab, but obviously we know it's the cab. Chap went in, his bloody sandwiches were still in there in the bloody thing. So anyway, I'm not sure what the plan is for the police in terms of making arrests on site. All of the people he spoke to are obviously saying it's nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me, blah blah blah, I just live here, blah blah blah. So you know, it'll be just a recovery of the kit, and if they do some forensics and they get some DNA or something on site, then maybe they might get a case to arrest somebody, I don't know, whoever, either. But that's definitely a chop shop big time for transit vans. We're on our way back. Shame we got the information wrong from the customer with the registration. I think if we'd got that right van early this morning, we would have possibly stopped that from being chopped up. So that's an issue. We need to clarify that. You know, customers give us the wrong registrations. We track the wrong van across London backwards and forwards like an elastic band over the Thames. That's not good. So some lessons learned there. We need to tidy up with the customer, make sure they 100% get their registrations right when they call us. 2 recoveries, 1 not so successful. Friday the 13th was unlucky for this customer. Hopefully it'll be unlucky for the bandits, because maybe they're going to catch something. There's so much stuff there, the documentation, all the rubbish, you know, 7 or 8 catalytic converters. But for now, that's it.